Are you tired of not getting the weight loss results that you want? You feel like whatever you do, it just doesn't seem to be sticking and working for you? I get it. Here are the top 3 common mistakes that most people make when starting their weight loss journey. So make sure that these are things that you absolutely avoid, and it will change your results. Okay, mistake number 1 is that they're not starting with the most important part, and that is their mindset. Right? You have to start with your mindset because everything that you do starts and ends in your mind. So without starting with your mindset, your mind and your body are headed down 2 different tracks. They're not in alignment with each other. And the mind and the body need to be effectively communicating with the same goal in mind. So before you start your weight loss journey, we first have to shift some mindsets. We have to start thinking differently about things. We have to start actively changing the thought patterns that we operate on autopilot. And once you do that, the mistake number 2 most people make is that they're choosing a food plan that is not sustainable for them. They're hopping on a fad diet, right? You hop on this fad diet without really understanding and asking yourself, is this something that I can do for the rest of my life? Is this something that I can live with for the long haul? Typically, the answer to that is no, which what happens is now it's too restrictive for you. It's what causes people to feel deprived, feel hunger pains. They get tired of eating the same things over and over again because it's not incorporating well into your lifestyle, because you're just looking at what is working for the masses versus what's going to work and incorporate into your current life, because that is just as important as what works for the masses. Okay, because it's not about the masses, it's about you, and it's about what works for you, what has foods that you love, what are you going to enjoy, does it have a lot of options for me to stay on track? There are so many different things to consider when choosing what food plan might be right for you. And there's nothing wrong with taking bits and pieces of different food plans and merging them all together to make it yours. This is why they do customized and personalized food plans for you is important, and you can do your own. Okay, it's knowing and being honest with yourself and saying, these are certain foods that I like. What food plan is going to allow me to enjoy those foods so that I can create a lifestyle centered around that, and it will last me for the long term. Okay, that's very, very important. And mistake number 3 is that we go all in, right? We make all the changes at one time. We gut everything, the kitchens and everything, and we're like, well, that's it, 100%, I'm all in today, right? And we change everything in an instant. The problem with that is you haven't given your body time to adjust to the changes. So what happens if you all of a sudden start shaking things up? Right? Your body starts holding on to things and goes into somewhat of a shock where it's like, wait a minute, hold on. We're doing a lot of things different. So this is not okay. Something is wrong. This is what causes hunger pains, these insane cravings, and where you just give into that temptation. Okay. Because it becomes overwhelming for you. You know, I remember when I did the cabbage soup diet a long time ago, and I was probably in it for a week, and I went into the grocery store, and the minute I walked into the grocery store, I was completely overwhelmed by all of the food that I could not have. And I'll never forget turning around and running out of that grocery store with tears streaming down my face. That is not the vibe. Okay, that is not the vibe, because after that moment, I quit the cabbage soup diet. Why? Because I changed everything at once, and I just went cold turkey on everything else without being realistically honest with myself. And I couldn't take it because I became overwhelmed seeing all this food, all the smells of the food and everything that I could not have. So instead, what you want to do is start making minor changes to your current lifestyle. Start by replacing some snacks, right? Then start by replacing maybe breakfast, then lunch, then dinner. Allowing your time, your body, 1 to 2 weeks to adjust to the new way of living. Okay, when you do that, this is where the sustainable weight loss happens, the consistent results happen, is that we want to start making minor adjustments to our current lifestyle, let our body get time to catch up and get adjusted to the new life, and then move forward, right? And then slowly and surely start adding things in. When you do that, you'll find that the hunger pains tend to go away, right? All of a sudden, you're not having these cravings. You're not feeling deprived because your body has become accustomed to the new way of living for you, okay? These are mistakes that if you avoid these common mistakes, I see it every day that I work with my members, is that this is where they've gone wrong every time in the past. So when you learn from that and you don't make the same mistakes, guess what happens? You change your results. You finally start getting those results that you want. Okay, so avoid these mistakes. I promise you will start getting the results that you've always wanted.